Welcome to News9. You are watching On Point and I am Kartikeya Sharma. In the first On Point, News9 accesses audio of former Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, where she directly challenges Muhammad Yunus to contest elections and prove his mandate. In the second On Point, Maithi man abducted from his home in Chura Chandpur is shot dead by suspected militants. Disturbing video surfaces. And a major counter-terror breakthrough in Jammu and Kashmir. A Kargil-style terror bunker busted in Kishtwar forest. That's our On Point 3. And in On Point 4, a health alert should not ignore. Doctor says subtle changes in your voice could be early warning signs of serious diseases. And let's take a quick look at the headlines. LDF MLAs walk out of Kerala Assembly over Sabarimala gold theft case. Bangladesh boycotts T20 World Cup after ICC's firm no to relocate matches out of India. Trump signs the charter to formally launch his Board of Peace initiative at the World Economic Forum. In an exclusive and explosive audio message to News9, former PM of Bangladesh Sheikh Hasina has launched a direct attack on Muhammad Yunus. In this audio, Sheikh Hasina openly challenges Yunus to contest elections against her in any constituency, daring him to test his public support at the ballot box. She questions the legitimacy of banning the Awami League from the political process and repeatedly asks what mandate Yunus has to decide who can or who cannot participate in Bangladesh polls. The audio also contains some of Hasina's strongest allegations yet, accusing Yunus of orchestrating political instability, manipulating past election narratives, misusing institutions like the Grameen Bank, and amassing wealth abroad while making no real investment in Bangladesh. Let's hear it from Sheikh Hasina herself.
কে জিতে কাকে জনগণ ভোট দেয় তখন না বুঝতে পারবো সেটা তো করতে পারবে না সে সাহস নাই অবশ্যই আওয়ামী লীগকে নির্বাচন করতে দিতে হবে আমরা নির্বাচন করতে চাই হ্যাঁ 2014 সালে বিএনপি ইলেকশন করেনি বয়কট করেছে 2024 সালে তারা বয়কট করেছে 2018 সালে একটা সিটে একের অধিক তারা নমিনেশন দিয়েছে 300 সিটে যদি 700 নমিনেশন দেয় তবে নিজেরা মারামারি করে নিজেই উদ্যোগ করেছে এখানে আওয়ামী লীগের দোষটা কি যেখানে আওয়ামী লীগ অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারে না সেটাখানে আবার নির্বাচন কিসের অন্তত 50% ভোটারের আমাদের পক্ষে আজকে আমাদের নির্বাচন করতে দেবে না কেন আমি ইউনুসকে আহ্বান করি আসেন আমার সাথে নির্বাচন করেন যে কোনো কনস্টিটুয়েন্সিতে আসেন কারণ রক্ত চোষা আর কেউ ভোট দেবে না জানে তা ভালো করে গরিবের রক্ত চুষে খেয়েছে তো আর টাকা পাচার করে বিদেশে সম্পদের পাহাড় গড়েছে বাংলাদেশে কোনোদিন 1 টাকাও বিনিয়োগ করেনি তো তার আবার কে ভোট দেবে সেই জন্যই তো ভোট চুরি করে ক্ষমতা আসতে চাচ্ছে এখন ক্ষমতা ডাকাতি করে নিয়েছে আর ভোট চুরি করে
So right now I'm joined by Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry, editor Blitz. I'll be joined by Swaz Chakma, director Rights and Risk Analysis Group, and Ambassador Veena Sikri, former High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh. Let me straight away go to Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry. Sir, we have played a part of this interview. And at the top of it, you see the rise of the Islamists in Bangladesh polls. So what's the loudest message coming from Sheikh Hasina?
Thank you very much, Mr. Sharma. You see, this so-called stage election, stage drama actually. So Sheikh Hasina was talking about it in the exclusive of the News9. I have seen that also. But most importantly, as we can see, that although Yunus regime is saying that they are going to hold the election on 12th of February, but the entire machinery, state machinery, and the millions of dollars are being spent and used to promote the referendum. Now the referendum, it is illegal as per the constitution of Bangladesh. And again, this illegitimate government is holding the referendum through an ordinance. which is again illegal. So why Yunus is putting more emphasis on referendum than the election is very clear, that Yunus wants to remain in power indefinitely for indefinite period and emerge into the next Ayatollah. So this is not only a stage drama on the 12th February, this is a big betrayal, great betrayal with the people of Bangladesh. Yunus wants to steal the rights, voting rights of people for many, many years. And now, in the name of so-called revolution, what he has seized, now he wants to make it a kind of institutionalize the whole thing, so that we, the people of Bangladesh, will never have the voting right in the coming years and decades.
Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry, are we looking at a poll where Jamaat is going to take over and not allow even the Awami League candidates to come out?
Mr. Sharma, you see, this is during this stage drama, according to my information as a journalist, Jamaat is taking all out preparations to steal the election. And while people say that in 2018, the election took place the previous night of the election, but now, before 1 month of the election, Jamaat is already stealing the postal ballots, and every arrangement is there to bring Jamaat Islami into power. And please remember, oh sir, that this evening, the US ambassador in Dhaka, Ben Christensen, he has given a strong warning to Yunus regime and Bangladesh army not to incline towards China. But Yunus is not going to listen to what Americans say, because Yunus is known as a Trump hater, and he is going to do anything and everything under his capacity by joining hands with the Sino-Pakistani axis and make a position for him where he can enjoy the power as the Ayatollah of Iran.
Okay. Okay. I'm also joined by Ambassador Veena Sikri. I'm also joined by Suhas Chakma, Director, Rights and Risk Analysis Group. Madam, your opening comments, direct challenge to Yunus. And secondly, if you look at the data which I'm running at the top of my channel, it shows that there is a substantial rise in the Islamist candidates. Every political party has given less than 5% representation to women candidates. And Khalida Zia is openly saying, this guy is corrupt. He has laundered away the Bangladeshi money.
Well, thank you, Kartikeya. I think, first of all, that I fully support the statement made by Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina that she has released today. It's an appeal for inclusive elections, free, fair and inclusive elections, in order for the elections to be credible. I think even at this late stage, the Awami League must be allowed to take part in the elections. There is absolutely no reason at all for the Awami League to have been banned, for their activities to have been banned. And the talk in Dhaka is that this was done only because the Jamaat-e-Islami was worried that their popularity was not surging as they had expected after Sheikh Hasina left the country. And the Awami League vote bank is still intact. So 35-40% of the people want. Now, I think I would like to also put together with this the fact that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's son, Sajib Wajid Joy, has given an interview to Al Jazeera in which he's clearly said that his mother may not go back to Bangladesh for the elections because, you know, she's of course elderly, but there is a court case. You wouldn't say that she's going to do that. But the point is the party Awami League must be allowed to participate in the elections. There is no reason at all for banning this. That's number one. Number two, I think I fully agree with what your panelist from Bangladesh, Salahuddin Shoaib Chaudhry, has said, that, you know, the Jamaat-e-Islami is going all out to upset every law and regulation in the country, and the Election Commission is acting at the behest of Yunus and the Jamaat-e-Islami. For example, even Tariq Rahman of the BNP, these are people who are known to have dual nationality. and that's supposed to be a factor for banning people in elections, not accepting the filing of nomination of people in Bangladesh. But it has been done not only for Tariq Rahman, but for many other people in Bangladesh from the BNP. And there's another clause in Bangladesh that loan defaulters will not be allowed to take part in the election. But many such. So I think that the challenge that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has thrown should be accepted by Muhammad Yunus, and the elections must be held with the Awami League. The referendum is entirely fake. This has to be thrown out because it is not constitutional. According to the present constitution, there is no provision for a referendum, and an ordinance can only be made on a subject which is there in the constitution. You cannot make an ordinance on a subject not in the
Absolutely,
constitution.
ma'am. So,
That referendum must be disallowed.
Suhas, your opening comments on Sheikh Hasina saying that Awami League should be allowed to contest elections, and Yunus laundered away the Bangladeshi money, made investments outside, nothing, invested nothing. In fact, she also said in this interview, you know, we accepted all the points, but after acceptance of the 9 points, they came down to a single agenda, you know, which was, to oust her, you know, in a very candid way. She's talking about Yunus, saying that this guy neither has the legitimacy nor the spine, to do anything to the benefit of the Bangladeshi people.
No, all of us, we agree with the statements made by Prime Minister Hasina. I would only say at this stage, I think this in a way exposes all those who are supporting Dr. Yunus' government. But my own perception is that it's too late in the day. We have to bear in mind that this is a government which wants to remain in power by holding this kind of organized and orchestrated elections where there will be friendly fight. So we have to look at the situation where the Jamaat-e Islami and the BNP will continue to arrange and remain in power as long as they can. And they, I think, are fully aware that Dr. Yunus and his regime, that, you know, the moment you allow the Awami League, obviously substantial number of populations in the country, 35 to 40%, would support the Awami League. So even in the days when they took the decision, they were not confident that they can allow the Awami League to, you know, contest the elections, because if the Awami League contest elections, and if there is going to be genuine, free and fair elections where Awami League, BNP and the Jamaat-e Islami contest, you know, Awami League may not win the seats, but there is no doubt that the Awami League will be the opposition party. And they do not want, in that sense, a true democracy in the country. So we are facing, I think, larger challenge. How would we deal with this government, as Mr. Chaudhary had said, that this is a government which has decided that they shall remain in power, and it would require another revolution to overthrow them. And without that kind of a revolution, I mean, I don't think these guys are going to give up power, you know, whatever may come. So even the Americans go away or somebody else is going away, you know, China is a powerful country. So they are ready to make Bangladesh into another Pakistan. So that's the challenge.
Okay, let me play out that small clip once again.
কে জিতে কাকে জনগণ ভোট দেয় তখন না বুঝতে পারবো, সেটা তো করতে পারবে না, সে সাহস নাই। অবশ্যই আওয়ামী লীগকে নির্বাচন করতে দিতে হবে, আমরা নির্বাচন করতে চাই। হ্যাঁ, 2014 সালে বিএনপি ইলেকশন করে বয়কট করেছে, 2024 সালে তারা বয়কট করেছে, 2018 সালে একটা সিটে একের অধিক তারা নমিনেশন দিয়েছে। 300 সিটে যদি 700 নমিনেশন দেয়, তবে নিজেরা মারামারি করে নিজেই উদ্যোগ করেছে। এখানে আওয়ামী লীগের দোষটা কি? যেখানে আওয়ামী লীগ অংশগ্রহণ করতে পারে না, সেটাখানে আবার নির্বাচন কিসের? অন্তত 50% ভোটারের আমাদের পক্ষে আজকে আমাদের নির্বাচন করতে দেবে না কেন? আমি ইউনুসকে আহ্বান করি, আসেন না আমার সাথে নির্বাচন করেন, যে কোনো কনস্টিটুয়েন্সিতে আসেন। কারণ রক্ত চোষা আর কেউ ভোট দেবে না, জানে তা ভালো করে। গরিবের রক্ত চুষে খেয়েছে তো, আর টাকা পাচার করে বিদেশের সম্পদের পাহাড় গড়েছে, বাংলাদেশে কোনোদিন 1 টাকাও বিনিয়োগ করেনি, তো তার আবার কে ভোট দেবে? সেই জন্যই তো ভোট চুরি করে ক্ষমতা আসতে চাচ্ছে। এখন ক্ষমতা ডাকাতি করে নিয়েছে আর ভোট চুরি করে।
Okay, so Ambassador Sikri, are we looking at one, a fake poll, and second, madam, is this exile permanent for Sheikh Hasina? Let's be practical. Or do you think that there's a possibility that she can make a comeback? A lot of people make comeback.
Certainly the trial of Sheikh Hasina was a complete fake. It was a kangaroo court and there was no justification. Actually, the court which is supposed to try war crime criminals of 1971 was again by ordinance turned into a trial for her, which is completely incorrect. But I think what is very important for the people of Bangladesh and for all of us to understand that what Jamaat-e-Islami is trying to do through this election which bans Awami League participation and through the referendum is to turn the clock back to pre-1971. The referendum is intended to change the constitution of Bangladesh. And actually in a fake manner, because there's no provision for a referendum to change the constitution. Only the elected members of parliament can. But then they're trying to get a parliament which will be in favor of changing the constitution, and they will change all the elements, make Yunus as the president of Bangladesh, and give him more powers, and then give the rest of powers to parliament, and bring in the pre-1971 situation where Pakistan and Jamaat-e-Islami were working in cahoots. We know that this regime change operation was not a student uprising. We know that. And it was an engineered situation where, with the support of the Western powers, Pakistan was allowed to come in. And they have done everything in the last 18 months to change the situation that has existed for 54 years and go back.
But ma'am, can she make a comeback? Do you think that she has the ability to make a comeback?
Yes, the Awami League has every ability to make a comeback.
Under Hasina?
Absolutely, very clear. Awami League has every ability. Whether Sheikh Hasina will go back for these elections or not go back, that is the point that I was trying to say.
Okay.
That they may use the kangaroo court's verdict to prevent her from going back. But that is not at all a reason why the Awami League should not be allowed to participate. So the Awami League must be allowed to participate. And they have the vote bank, they have the situation, they have the organization. They can have a new organization while Sheikh Hasina is still here. All that can be done. That is no problem at all. But their vote bank is intact, and why are they not being allowed to participate?
Okay.
Whether in Sri Lanka or in Nepal, the party which was ousted was still allowed to participate in the election. Rajapaksas in Sri Lanka and Oli Sharma's party in Nepal, they are participating in the elections. So why is the Awami League not being allowed to participate as a party? And I think Sheikh Hasina's going back is definitely will one day happen, but right now, because of the judgment, it may not happen for these elections. But for these elections, still, even in the short while left, I don't think time is at all a factor, because in Bangladesh,
Okay.
things are...
So, ma'am, this brings me to other question, corollary, and let me just involve Suhas and Mr. Shoaib Chaudhary. Suhas, first to you very quickly. Who are these other leaders who can sustain, marshal, and preserve Awami League in Bangladesh? Are they leaders?
Mr. Sharma,
I think Awami League, I don't think you would require leaders, because you have to understand that Awami League is all about fighting against Pakistan. It's about the independence of the East Pakistan from West Pakistan. So you do not require a leadership to sustain a political party like the Awami League, because people's feelings against fundamentalism, are rooted and cultural diversity, etc. So I do not think you need a leader in that sense. And if this program, if you look at it, had not, the ouster of Prime Minister Hasina was not successful because there was a leader. There was no leader. It was just an issue which what sparked this whole issue of quota. Then of course the other political parties organized it. So my own belief is it was basically for Bangladesh, especially Yunus, that he was not interested in establishing democracy. He was not interested for the progress of Bangladesh. They just want to somehow remain in power in Bangladesh. Otherwise, when you ban a political party like Awami League, you are creating perpetual conflict, because you cannot make a political party like the Awami League, however you do not like it, disappear from the political spectrum or the mindset of the people. This is the political party which brought independence in the country. So how are you going to take that out?
Absolutely.
No matter the how much revision you do, it's going to remain. So I would say that it depends on the issues. It will come back. And the last point, Yunus knew that by the time they conduct the election, they will lose the mandate of the people. And today also, if there is a genuine free and fair election, or if there was a genuine contest instead of the partnership between the Awami League and the Jamaat-e-Islami, then possibly, and if the Yunus's party was in power, they will lose. because people have already given up the hope. So when a new government comes, I think the issue will be whether they can deliver on the economic prosperity and whether they can deliver on the rule of law. And on both counts, they have, shot themselves in the, in the feet by banning the Awami League, because you have basically disallowed democracy.
Absolutely. Closing comments from Mr. Chaudhary?
Mr. Sharma, you see it with the electoral history of Bangladesh. In 1996 and 2006, BNP attempted to hold the election without Awami League. And in 1996, they could hold the election, but the parliament lasted only for less than 1 month. And in 2006, they could not at all hold the election. Without Awami League, there is no possibility of holding election. And Yunus actually does not want any election. Yunus wants referendum. And most interestingly, Mr. Sharma, 2 days ago, Chinese ambassador in Bangladesh, he went to Rangpur, Chicken Neck, to join the campaign of referendum. A diplomat publicly going to join the referendum. It means China wants referendum, Pakistan wants referendum, only people of Bangladesh and the democratic world, including India and other countries, democratic nations in the world, they don't want referendum because referendum is absolutely illegal under the constitution of Bangladesh. So Yunus wants to implement the plot of now China and Pakistan, Sino-Pakistani plot, to somehow give a lesson to his to Donald Trump, because he hates Donald Trump. At the same time, he wants to make his position same as Ali Khamenei of Iran, so that he will remain in power and America can do nothing with him. China and Pakistan together will stand with him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well put. Thank you, Ambassador Sikri. Thank you, Suhas. Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary, for joining me. So this is all I had on the first on point. In second on point, which is after a short break, we'll talk about Manipur and how the chilling murder of a mighty man tells us that the state is nowhere close to normalcy.
With Skoda Supercare and growing network across 180 plus cities, you never drive alone.
Skoda.
Loser.
लाइफ हो या इन्वेस्टिंग, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस से नुकसान भी हो सकता है। म्यूचुअल फंड अपनाओ और थोड़ी हेवी लिफ्टिंग एक्सपर्ट्स को भी करने दो।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
इतनी दूर कैसे करेगी? ऑटो लेगी क्या? नहीं अम्मा। तो सरप्राइज। जिद्दी लड़की।
इसकी जिद ने दी इसे एक नई उड़ान, टाटा कैपिटल 2 व्हीलर लोन्स के साथ।
A chilling incident from Manipur has once again exposed the fragile and deeply fractured reality of the state's ethnic conflict. A man belonging to the Meitei community was abducted from his home and shot dead by suspected Kuki militants in Churachandpur, in a fresh escalation of violence in the restive region. The victim has been identified as Mayang Lambam Rishikanta Singh, who was abducted from the Thuibong area of Churachandpur on Wednesday. Police say Singh was later taken towards Najang village, where he was shot dead. According to initial inputs, the kidnappers are suspected to be the members of the United Kuki National Army. Police officials say that the Singh and his wife were abducted together from their home and forcibly taken towards Najang village in the Henglep police station area, and some point during the abduction, Singh was shot dead. His wife was later released by the militants. Singh originally hailed from the Kakching Kunyo in Kakching district. He was married to Chingnu Hauke, a woman from the Kuki community in Churachandpur. After marriage, Singh is said to have assumed a tribal name, Jinmin Thang. Local sources say Singh had recently returned from Nepal on January 19th. He had been permitted by some local groups to stay with his wife in Churachandpur, a rare exception in our state where ethnic divisions have hardened sharply since violence erupted in May 2023. What has shocked the nation further is the purported video clip of the incident that has gone viral on the social media. The disturbing footage allegedly shows Singh pleading for his life, hands folded, moments before he was shot dead by armed men. Authorities have not officially authenticated the video but say it is being examined as a part of the investigation. Police confirmed that Singh's body was recovered from the village after they received information about the killing. The body was brought to the Churachandpur District Hospital morgue at 1:30 in the morning. A suo motu case has been registered and security agencies say efforts are underway to identify and apprehend those involved in the killing. The UNKA, a militant group, is not a signatory to the suspension of operations agreement. The suspension of operations agreement was signed between the centre, Manipur government and the Kuki-Zo militant groups to maintain peace. However, non-signatory groups continue to operate outside framework, raising serious concerns over law and order enforcement. For over 8 months now, Kukis and the Maitis have largely stopped venturing into each other's areas, with the entire regions effectively segregated along ethnic lines. The conflict has so far claimed the lives of more than 260 people and rendered thousands homeless. The incident underscores the continuing breakdown of trust and security in Manipur, where ceasefire agreements exist on paper, but violence on the ground shows no sign of abating. Despite repeated assurance from the centre and the state government, non-signatory militant groups remain active, civilians continue to be targeted, and inter-community marriages and movement remain fraught with danger. On this issue, I am joined by Dr. P.K. Mishra, former ADG BSF. Thank you so much, sir.
Good evening. Thank you.
We thought this ceasefire would last longer, and efforts made by the administration will bear fruit. What will be the impact of this killing, sir?
Yes, I have spoken to Kakching Kunu, and I spoke to even some Maitis also at Impal. In fact, what I got the reply from Kakching Kunu that the area is very tense. Most of the Maiti groups in Kakching Kunu, they are tense, and they are asking government to find out the killers, particularly from UKNA group, who are not a party of a Sioux group. But it so happened, because when he came back from Nepal, Rishikant, when he came back from Nepal, his wife, who was there at Toibung, in fact, she told that she has taken the permission from the local group of KNA and KNF that her husband can stay with him for a few days when he has come from Nepal. But it didn't last long. Even after one day, both of them, they were kidnapped at Narjang village in the Hengle police station. Slightly, when you go from Churachandpur, you climb towards Hengle. That's the village Narjang. And in fact, this gentleman, he pleaded for mercy, but he was shot dead. This shows that conflict is still there, and the groups which are not there in the part of Sioux, they are still active in Churachandpur and also at few different places. The worst part of it, Kartikeya, I told you earlier several